Guys know how this thing go. One way or another, this is your brother from another mother. Don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool with you all. This is the funniest thing of all time. A man changing his mind like the wind. And I didn't listen to the whole entire thing. I just had to stop it because I just want to get you guys raw thoughts on this. Your boy is changing his tunes. Yeah. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you all. I'm gonna let the room fill up and we're gonna talk about this one thing. And I'm gonna tell you guys, that Colin Cowherd, boy, he can tell me some jokes and stories. And it's funny because to me personally, I look at this thing like, man, come on, man. Come on, man. Boy, this is too funny, man. I can't make this stuff up, man. I know you guys probably heard Colin Cowherd, but I'm just, it's crazy in a sense. Is Dak Prescott worth the money? That's the name of the conversation for today. Let me see if I can pull this thing up, man. Yes, sir. Landon, what's good, man? Perez, appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining in and tuning in to the nation. Yes, there's no camp today, so it's like an off day, but we still got to talk about it, right? There's no camp today, guys. There's no camp. There's no camp at all, but we'll be ready for it tomorrow. Yes. So let's listen in to what this guy got to say, man. It's crazy.
All right, so speaking of paying, there's this consternation about, we got to pay Dak, we got to pay Dak.
Yeah.
So the Dallas Morning News, a great American newspaper, went back and they looked at all the great Cowboy quarterbacks at 26 years old.
At 26.
Don Meredith, Roger Staubach, Danny White, Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, and Dak Prescott. Well, what do you know? Dak is way better than all of them. Not even close. Roger Staubach and Tony Romo had not attempted an NFL pass at 26. Either had Roger Staubach because of his military service. Don Meredith and Troy Aikman weren't very good in the passes they had thrown. And here is Dak. And this is the funny thing about Dak. Dak's had to deal with nothing but crap.
Oh.
In 2016, he comes in. Tony Romo gets hurt and then calls an impromptu press conference, which catches the whole state off guard. And Dak's like, oh, I love Tony. I guess I'm starting. The following year, he has to deal with Zeke's 6-game suspension. The suspension hovered over training camp. Tyron Smith, the best left tackle in football, gets hurt. Mm-hmm. And then last year, he loses Dez. He loses Jason Witten. He loses the best center in football, Travis Frederick. And there's an anthem controversy he has to put his arms around.
All right, so, guys, let me know. Is this what you guys been hearing from me all of these 3 years that I've been doing this? Well, I've been doing these talk shows since 2016. You guys know for sure that I've been echoing the same thing that he's lamenting right now. Me, Vaj, Miss Jackie, Mark Holmes. But now he sees what we see. You see what I'm saying? I cannot make this up. I've been saying since 2016, Dak Prescott's supposed to have been a developmental quarterback. He's supposed to sit behind Tony Romo, and Tony Romo's supposed to groom him. And right now, supposed to be like the first time we've seen the emergence of Dak Prescott. But now, Colin Cowherd sees what we see, or what I see. You see what I'm saying? So we've been talking about this, Cowboy Nation, and I don't have to lie to kick it. You guys can go back to all of our videos and you can see, because it's time stamped in the universe. And you guys, that's why I love to put the chat box right beside us, because now you can go back and you can see the comments that you guys were putting out there. We've been saying the exact same thing since day one. 2016, he's a rookie quarterback. Supposed to have been a developmental guy. Then the following year, they had the Ezekiel Elliott situation on the field, off the field, on the field, off the field with Roger Goodell. For crying out loud, the offensive line didn't know who was going to run the ball behind him. You see? And then on top of that, you had the Dez Bryant, quote unquote, injury. He's not injured. He used to a Dak Prescott. He's not used to Dak Prescott. He's more favoring Tony Romo's type of balls and these sorts of things. And then the following year, starting off the gate, we was playing musical chairs with the wide receivers, and then we were playing musical chairs with the tight ends. But that's a story of a different day. There's so many people love to hate on the guy, but never look at the full picture of Dak Prescott and say, okay, yeah, he's trash. But man, we were throwing to a guy named Dante. We were throwing to a guy named Allen. No pun intended. Not trying to throw any shade at Allen Hurns, but we were throwing to an Allen Hurns and a Cole Beasley, and people was expecting for the Cowboys to put up those gaudy numbers until we got Amari Cooper. That's a story of a different day. But let's listen to more what they got to say.
And the entire time, win the division. He also has to deal with a public owner. He has to deal with a coach who's on a perpetual hot seat. Pay the man. For 7 years, all you fans have done in Charlotte is make excuses for Cam Newton. He's had above average offensive lines, above average running games, an above average head coach, above average defenses. Excuses, excuses, excuses.
Let me pause Colin Cowherd right now. And for the NFL top 100 players, every year Dak Prescott been in the National Football League, he outperformed Cam Newton. But somehow, one way or another, they always put Cam Newton up there at the top 100 and leave Dak Prescott out the list. Like Cam Newton is supposed to be this guy that's supposed to be far superior than Dak Prescott. I digress. But people don't want to deal with facts. People don't want to deal with the truth. All they want is comfortable lies and fit the narrative that they want to spit out. Especially, I fight more Dallas Cowboys fans than any other fan base about Dak Prescott. And everybody want to look at Dak Prescott and say, okay, he's trash. He can't throw touchdowns. He can't hit water if he fell off a boat. Until he run one in and they say, they clap it then. But nobody be all upset when Dak Prescott runs it in for a touchdown. And then the other narrative is that, Dak Prescott can't win if he don't have a team around him. What he did in Mississippi State, I'll pause and I'll wait. Hell State. Hell State. What he was doing out there. He the first quarterback to put Mississippi State on the map. And guys, you already know it. I'm from the bottom parts of Mississippi, and we follow Mississippi sports real tight. But Dak Prescott is always, he need this, he need that. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Look, this guy, Colin Cowherd, just not finding the reality of what we've been spitting out for months and years. It's crazy to me.
Dak Prescott has had to deal with controversies, suspensions, an absurdly public. There's not even a second owner in the league that's close to Jerry in terms of setting fires as an owner. Controversies, suspensions, the anthem thing, Jerry talking, coach on the hot seat, Jason Witten retires. Wins every single year. Second winningest record to Tom Brady since he came in the league.
Hold on.
Little perspective.
Who do he sound like, Cowboy Nation? Who do Colin Cowherd sound like? He sound like Law. You know what I mean? He sound like my guy Vach. He sound like my lady Miss Jackie. He sound like all of the people that's been fighting for Dak Prescott to be out there on the field. Put some weapons around him. Call a better offensive scheme. And then on top of that, it's not about, hey, we need Ezekiel Elliott to do in and all and be all and do all these things. We just needed some type of consistency that was in the backfield because the offensive line didn't know what was going on. They didn't know who they were going to block for week 17, or 2017. And then if you add in the fact last year, Travis Frederick, remember this, Cowboy Nation. If you guys don't hear anything else from me, just know that the center is the second hardest position to learn in the National Football League. And we love what Joe Looney was able to do, but come on, he's no Travis Frederick. And I'm not saying that Dak Prescott need a Travis Frederick in order to win, because last year proved that we still was able to win over 8 games. 8. You guys got used to that, right? To me, in my opinion, this Dak Prescott is worth every grain of salt and plus more. Let's go ahead. Let's see what we got over here.
Dallas Morning News says, let's look at all these great Cowboy quarterbacks in 26. How were they? Dak is significantly better than all of them. He doesn't have the best arm. He's not the most mobile. But leadership, good enough mobility. And oh, by the way,
let me just remind you guys of this list again. Don Meredith, Dak Prescott is better. Roger Staubach, Dak Prescott is better. Troy Aikman, Dak Prescott is better. Tony Romo, Dak Prescott is better. At the age of 26, Tony Romo never even threw a ball in the National Football League for the Dallas Cowboys. as far as it relates to a full season or what have you. And Troy Aikman, he was poo-poo out of poo-poo out of poo-poo. And, you know, we already understand what Roger Staubach was able to do because he was enlisted in the Army or what have you, or military. So my thing is, Cowboy Nation, stop whining like little babies and look at the reality. Look at the reality of it. Stop hating on a man that all he does is just win. But let's go. Shout out to all those that pro Dak.
Oh, by the way, at the end of last year, I just want to make sure all you Cowboy fans out there and all you NFL hate Dak guys remember. Anybody know what Dak did in his final 8 games last year?
Listen.
Like a lot of young players, he got better. 7-1, 68% completion percentage, passer rating over 100. He's also getting better. Here's Dak Prescott, last 8 weeks of the NFL season. Young people in all sports tend to get better. If you look at his last 8 weeks, 7-1.
Sure, y'all guys.
Completion percentage, passer rating, yards per game, up against 4 playoff teams. All right, coming up.
All right, so he got the graphics on his screen. You guys can go to Colin Cowherd's, I guess, YouTube page or what have you to see those graphics. But in the last game, he was 7-1. Completion percentage 71.4. Yards per game, because that's what everybody like to say. You're not a quarterback unless you throw 300 yards a game. And I can tell you that there's been several, and I mean just that, several quarterbacks who won Super Bowls who didn't even touch 300 yards per game. But he averaged 278 yards. I don't want to shortchange that. 278.1 yards per game. And then on top of that, interception to touchdown ratio, 12-3. So I'll take that any day. And then you guys want to know what the QBR, you guys want to know what that quarterback percentages was, or quarterback rating? 103.4. There's no near close to trash. There's no near close to being Dak Bortles or whatever they're trying to use to fit the narrative. There's nowhere close to that. But I digress, Cowboy Nation. I digress. Let's go.
Saints fans are trying to get in my face this morning. It's not going to work. That is not going to work. I am feeling good about the show and good about myself, Saints fans. I think you're going to, and by the way, I've been right on this 3 straight years. I think you're going into the tank this year. And I'll double down on that for those Saints fans who are of the delusion that Michael Thomas's signing changes everything. It changes absolutely nothing.
No, he talking about Michael Thomas now. So Cowboy Nation, you guys heard it from me, man. You guys heard it from Colin Cowherd now that he finally see the light. See the light, Caroline. Step into the light. All right, so what's up, man? I'm going to just read some of you guys' comments. I really appreciate you all. Thank those who are on Facebook as well, and thank those who are on my Periscope. But if you are on the YouTube page, I'm trying to read your comments now. Calvin Williams says, man, what's up? Next week, Cowherd will throw Dak under the bus again. Yeah, he flips and flops. But the reality, now that he mentioned the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Meaning that, look back at it, everything that he mentioned today on July the 31st was all facts. There's nobody, you can't argue the facts. The truth is the hardest thing. Look, truth is stranger than fiction. Truth is the hardest pill to swallow. Meaning that if you look back at the facts, there's no other quarterback. And trust me, I will cash app you $100 if you can find out stats that would support the fact that Dak Prescott is not the best quarterback at the age of 26 for the Dallas Cowboys. And you can't find it. You know what I mean? So the numbers and the stats equals facts. And now that he put that out to the universe, because this dude got over 9.8 million followers. So 9.8 million followers are now educated of the situation. Because when I talk about it, it's cool. There's only a selective few, only a small amount of people that will understand what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to lament out there to the masses. But now that he said it, I guess it will hit home to those who out there who's living in delusional world, right? That's the reality. All right, so whoever we have, Jimmy Dean, what's good, man? Appreciate you. What's up, David J, man? Thank you for tuning in. Deshaun Thompson, man, really appreciate you. Yeah, mom worked for NASA. Shout out to your mom, man. Unbiased Cowboy fan. Dak might not. He said Dak might be worth 20 million, but not 35 million. Unbiased Cowboy. So you mean to tell me Dak Prescott is worth only $20 million? Well, we just levied out the facts. But that's a story of a different day. I'm not gonna get into you, man. Dallas Cowboys, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in. Gerald Chavez, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in. Salty Creature, that's a cold name. Dak is worth it. Let me see. Let me just jump over to my Facebook panel. I got a phone call to come in, so I got to make this real quick. You know, when the lady calls, you got to jump off. You know, maybe something important. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we have here on the Facebook panel. I really appreciate you guys, man. Don't get it twisted, man. Guys, please don't get it twisted. Thinking that I don't, man. You know I love you guys. You know I love you all. All right, let's see over here on the Facebook panel, man. Really appreciate each and every last one of you all here. Rob, Joe, way from Italy, man. Italy, Joe, man. Appreciate you. Brian, what's good, man? Real talk. Yes. Mr. Johnson. And I'm talking about Cowboys fans. Yes, what's up? Quincy Williams. Well, the thing is with Ezekiel Elliott, I know everybody's kind of worried about Ezekiel Elliott's situation. My thing is with Ezekiel Elliott, this is the real deal. He got to report by August the 6th. If he don't show up and show out by August the 6th, then he's pretty much saying, I don't want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. I don't like the contract that they offered. And trust me, I don't know what the contract was that they offered him or what have you, but I can tell you this, it probably was no cheap chump contract. It probably was something nice, but he want more, and that's the reality. Look, my thing is, and I'm going to say this while I close this thing out, this team, from what I've seen, all through training camp, and from what I've seen all through, the OTAs before training camp, is built tight. Unity. We had 100% through voluntary, involuntary workouts and voluntary workout all through OTAs. And the first person to miss this team for training camp, wears number 21. Now, could it have been handled differently? Yes. It could have been like, hey, Ezekiel Elliott could have showed up on the plane, flew out there to the Oxnard or what have you, and said, hey, I'm not practicing, Jerry. I understand. Look, the responsible thing would have been like, hey, I understand that I signed this contract, but I outperformed my contract, and I don't see eye to eye with me running out there because I can snap up a lot of things. So I'm going to sit out. Or he could have just got in front of a camera and said, hey, I refuse. Or have his agent to have the balls and the tenacity and the wherewithal to get up there and say, hey, my client does not like his contract, and therefore my client is sitting out. That way, everybody can understand what's going on. But not just to show up and have a no call, no show is not the flavor, baby. That's just the reality of it. And trust me, guys, we all love Ezekiel Elliott. You guys know the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish. You guys know I've been talking that talk since 2016. So it's not handled right, especially knowing that Dak Prescott is growing and developing, and knowing that Jason Witten made it back, knowing that the continuity in the report with Amari Cooper, he could have sat out, Dak Prescott could have sat out, all those guys, knowing that all those things could have happened. But you got your number 21, who Jerry Jones himself looked Ezekiel Elliott in the eyes and said, hey, I got your back. I put my name on the line for you, and this is what you're gonna show me. Guys, Jerry Jones, as much as people like to say or hate Jerry Jones, he would go to bat for you. He would go absolutely bat for you. But that's a story of a different day, Cowboy Nation. A story of a different day. All jokes aside, paid 3. I'll pay all 3, yeah. Yeah, Deshaun. Yeah. Hey, I mean, Deshaun know what he's talking about, man. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's all the time that I really have for today. I really appreciate you all. We will have some more footage tomorrow. And then the next day, we have Big Game James in town, and as well as we have some other guys like Producer G and some more boys like Shango. He'll be back tomorrow. And we're going to get this thing going one way or another. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's go. And shout out to the Fickle Colin Cowherd. Change is like the wind. Peace. I'm out.